Hey guys, I want to share a short video on how simple it is to change out your fender flares on what is a third gen Tundra. I got some TRD, Toyota TRD Pro fender flares. So what I'm going to show you guys today is how easy it is to replace your fender flares, whether they're color matched on your Tundra or you have the black ones like mine here. Very simple install. Also, if you don't have a TRD Pro and you're looking to replace your fender flares to something like what I'm doing here with a TRD Pro fender flare, Rave Off-Road makes a fender flare wire harness, which you also need. It comes with 4 separate harnesses, like 4 separate pieces here. I'll show you how to install those. And then also the only other piece you're going to really need is just a 10mm socket. I'll go ahead and get started just to kind of give you a little more information here. There's 10mm bolts, if you can see right there on the back, all the way down the side. There are 5 on each side in the back, and then there are 9 on each side in the front. All right, once you have all the bolts off, the fender flare will just pop right off. So just gonna get your hand in under it and pull straight out. But just be gentle. All right, there we go. And if you notice when you pull them off, there's a hole right here. That's where we're going to be running our wire harness through for the lights on the TRD flares. So we have all of our fender flares off. Next step is going to be to take off the 2 10mm bolts holding in your rear tail light. I'm going to do the right side. And what we're going to do, if I can show you here, on Rave's wire harness kit here, is you've got one with 2 larger plugs, one bigger than the other here, if you can see that. And then also you have another connector here as well. So I'm going to pull this off. This one will actually go directly into the tail light. And the one that we take out of that spot, we will plug this one into. And then this will plug into another harness that will go in under the kind of behind, you'll tuck it in behind and under the bed over to the other side. So this is essentially how the rear lights for the new fenders will get power. So I will show you that now. So there is a plug right here that I'm going to take out. It pops out like so. And the one that looks just like it on your new harness, you're going to plug into that spot until it snaps. And you're going to take the other side and plug it back into the one you just pulled out. And you'll hear it snap as well. All right. And now from there, this connector here will actually connect into this other wire harness from Rave Off-Road. And this is you have 2 of these that are identical. One's for the front, one's for the back. So if you think about it, this was actually going to connect, the big connector is going to connect to this that we just plugged into the light. So it snaps. All right, and now that splits into 2, right, from there. One, the shorter side, is going to go to the side that you have, that your tail light and fender flare are the same on. So for me, it's the right side. So this is going to go to the right side, going to go in behind here and come out the hole in the fender. The longer side is going to go in under the bed to your other fender flare over there. So I'll push this. I'm going to push the wires through the hole here where the tail light is. and I will get the tail light back reinstalled, and then I'll show you our next step. All right, so I went ahead and ran the passenger side wire out this hole on the passenger side, and so here on the driver's side, I've ran this wire up and under near some of the other wires that are for the rear kind of sensors. And what I'm going to do is kind of get under here and come and bring it out this hole here for the rear left side real quick. And then we will hook up our rear fender flares. And once everything's hooked up, I'm then going to go back and zip tie everything so I don't have anything hanging down or anything loose. But I want to make sure I get the fender flares on first, can push this back, and then I can zip tie everything all together. So let's get the fender flares on. Okay, I have the rear left here. And before we clip it in, we're going to clip our connector on. Just get it turned the right way. It snaps right in. I'm going to feed the excess wire back through the hole. And then we will get this snapped on. Oh. There we go. You have to push harder than you would think until you hear it actually snap. There we go. I'll go ahead and do the other side and put the bolts back in, and then we'll get started on the front, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, now we're here at the front of the engine. I popped the hood. We're on the passenger side next to the relay fuse box. But I want to show you really quick the last two harnesses we have. This one right here in my right hand, it's just identical to the one we just used. One's going to run to the driver's side to the actual fender flare. One's got a shorter end. It's going to run to the passenger side fender flare. And what is different, put that down to the side, is this piece. And this is how we're going to get power to those fender flares. This has a connector here. We're going to slide that in one of the fuse slots, and we're going to tap into that. And if you run from that, we're going to run down. We have a ground wire, which I'll show you where that goes. And then this, again, is identical to that rear side. This is going to plug into the other wire harness. That's going to feed the power then to the front, left, and right fender flares. So if we pop open this fuse box, inside here is the fuse we're going to tap into. We're going to be looking for the one that's labeled, if you can read that there, ENG IGR number 1. And it's right beside the larger fuse, IGR number 3. So in mine, there is already a 5 amp fuse there. So we're going to pull that 5 amp out and replace it with this. I would recommend using some needle nose pliers, grabbing gently both sides of that fuse and pulling straight up on it to pull that out. And then we will take this connector here, and we're just going to plug it back into that one we just took out and get this top back on. All right. So now we have our ground, and then we have our wire cable that will go to each fender flare. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. I'm going to take that nut off, and we've got other grounds already there. I will just screw this and attach it to that ground there. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to run the wires from one side to the other, and we'll get the front fender flares on. I'll go ahead and do all that, and I'll show you guys the finished product. Hey guys, apologies, I had some audio issues, but I went ahead and ran the wiring to the driver's side and passenger side fender flares, got the fender flares installed, and turned the vehicle on to get the lights to come on, and this is the final look. Let me know what you think. I absolutely love it. One thing to mention is the fender flares do extend out beyond the ones I had on it previously, maybe 3/4 of an inch or so. So the tires do look like they're set in a little more. So I think my next upgrade here will be probably new wheels and tires with more of an offset. If this is something you're interested in doing to your vehicle, highly recommend Rave Off-Road's plug-and-play harness system. It works seamlessly with my Tundra and the TRD Pro fender flares. If you find this video helpful, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.